In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the inline carbon filter right here. First, you want to locate your pressure tank valve, which is right here, and then your inlet valve, which is in my case right here, and you want to close them. Then you want to make sure that your water is drained by opening the valve on the dispenser. Typically, you can remove these by removing these from the clamps like this, just so you can access them better. Now I have to remove these. Now, I labeled mine just so I know which ones go where, so it's easier to install, but typically you can hand untighten them. And make sure you have something under if in case it leaks. There you go. And then this one. There you go. And then remove this one. Now some might have quick disconnects, which makes it easier to replace. I don't. Unfortunately, I have to remove this fitting and put and install the fitting back into the new one. So if you like, you can continue watching. If not, you can fast forward. So for this step, all you need is Teflon tape and a screwdriver. I'll show you why a screwdriver. As you can see that my current one is a little bit longer versus the new one is shorter. Well, if you look on the tag, the life on this one is 1,500 gallons. This one's 2,000 gallons. Both of them say replace every 6 months. So let's begin. I'm going to attempt to take these fittings off by hand first. This one seems to be going good. Now this one. Since this one is kind of stuck, I'm just going to use a screwdriver, put it in here, and leverage it out. I mean, you could use a pliers, but this seems to work fine. Now, when you buy these, you got to make sure the new ones, their hole matches up to this hole as far as the correct size. In my case, it's 1/4 inch NPT thread. Now, before you install these fittings back into the new one, you got to make sure that you clean this old Teflon tape. You might want to use a box cutter knife or utility knife to clean them. Be careful not to damage the threads. And then you would reapply with the new one. Finally, remove the Teflon tape from the threads. Probably the longest and annoying part of this whole process is removing that tape. I mean, if yours isn't bad, kind of like on these, maybe don't remove it to save time, but at the same time, it is a potential leak if there's not enough Teflon tape, or so you can make that decision. Now let's reapply some more new Teflon tape. When applying Teflon tape, it's important that you don't put too much, because if you put too much, when you're threading it in, you're going to break these threads, because this is a plastic fitting, so they're not very strong. But also do it in the direction that you're going to be screwing the fitting in, and just do a couple layers. I mean, yeah, like 2 or 3 rounds, and that should be plenty. Again, depends on what type of Teflon tape you're using, but if it's really thin, maybe do a couple more. When taking them off, keep in mind at what end what fitting goes in, because you have a flow arrow and this is the inlet side. As you can see, it's grooved versus this is smooth. So you make sure you install the same fittings in the proper location. So hopefully I put enough Teflon tape for it to not leak. And that's it. So just like we uninstalled it, I'm going to install the back first. Do it nice and tight. And then now I'm going to do the front. Now let's position it back in here and install the last fitting. And hope for the best that no leaks are happening. Then open up all your valves and you're done. Now for the final test. Whoa. Now, since I just installed the carbon filter and replaced all my 3 stages, you want to let the water run for about 10 minutes. That's what one of the carbon filters said, to flush it out. Like you saw, there's black stuff that came out. You just want to run it before you want to drink it again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and don't forget to watch the other videos.